Liz Barraza was killed in her driveway while she was setting up for a garage sale. It was in front of her Tomball home on January the 25th, 2019. Tomball is in Houston in the USA. Authorities have said that in the past 5 years, they've received Crime Stoppers tips from all over the world, but they still don't know who killed 29-year-old Liz Barraza. Now, 5 years later, loved ones are still holding on to hope that her killer will someday be found. Hello, welcome. My name is Kate, and here on my channel I talk about true crime, mysteries, history, and anything that interests me. Please remember to show your support by liking this video, subscribing to my channel, and hitting the notification bell so that you never miss out on any of my future videos. Thank you so much for being here with me today. It means the absolute world to me. Make sure to get cozy, maybe grab a snack, and let's dive into another true crime story. We won't be here too long. It's one of my short stories. Okay, so today's story is about the unsolved murder of Liz Barraza. This is a case that really frustrates me because Liz was such a lovely person and she just really deserves justice. So Elizabeth Barraza, affectionately known as Liz, was a 29-year-old who was deeply passionate about Star Wars. She was an active member of the 501st Legion, a charitable organization that is dedicated to bringing smiles to the faces of sick children. See what I mean? An amazing person. And as part of this group, Liz joyfully dressed up in intricate Star Wars costumes, and she would visit children in the hospitals, spreading hope and happiness wherever she went. So in her college years, Liz met a guy. She crossed paths with Sergio Barraza, and the two immediately connected over their shared passion for Star Wars. These two did not waste any time, and they tied the knot in 2015, settling into a beautifully constructed home in a secure neighborhood. So Liz dedicated her days to her career as a sharp-witted data reporter, while Sergio honed his skills by working alongside his dad in the flooring industry. Their neighbors next to them, they always spoke really highly of the couple, and they described them as incredibly friendly and really outgoing. Liz's parents absolutely adored them, and they saw them as a wonderful example of a genuinely happy couple. They were never the type to just rush inside after work. They would hang out outside and greet their neighbors. Whenever they arrived home from work, they always made an effort to say hello and give a friendly wave to anyone that they saw in the neighborhood. They were truly lovely people. Liz and Sergio had been living in their home for a couple of years when they decided that they were going to throw a small yard sale. So they wanted to make some extra cash because they were going on a trip to Orlando to celebrate their 5-year wedding anniversary. So on Thursday, January the 24th, 2019, Liz and Sergio teamed up to stick some eye-catching yard sale signs at different spots around their little neighborhood. Instead of spreading the word on social media like most of us would do, Liz kept it quite low key, and she only told a few friends and family about the sale, kind of hoping that others would show up by seeing these, the posters that they put up. So after planting the signs, Liz called in sick for work on Friday and Saturday because Sergio couldn't actually get time off to help. So she kind of had to do it on her own. So on the brisk morning of January the 25th, 2019, Liz's yard sale day began with the sun casting its gentle glow on the neighborhood, setting the stage for a day of selling items from her home. So Liz woke up with the first light of dawn peeking through her window, her mind already fixated on the allure of a freshly brewed coffee. The gentle chirping of the birds provided a soothing soundtrack as she made her way to her car. So she's heading off, she's going to go get a coffee. So driving to the nearest Starbucks, she eagerly ordered her favorite concoction, savoring every sip on her way back home. So upon her return, she lifted the garage door, revealing a treasure trove of assorted household items awaiting their new owners. Sergio pitched in to help before he went off to work, so he helped sort out, the stuff, get it all ready, and he left for his job at 6:48 a.m. The neighbor's security camera actually did catch him driving off in his car, so we know that he did leave. Literally 4 minutes after he left home for work, the surveillance camera recorded the arrival of a dark-coloured Nissan Frontier truck at the yard sale. So filled with anticipation, Liz greeted this unknown individual, hoping they would be her first customer. However, before any browsing or conversation could even take place, a very unfortunate event occurred abruptly. This unknown man had pulled out a firearm and he shot poor Liz 3 times for no apparent reason. As she was shot, her body fell to the ground. And as she lay on the driveway, this person walked over to her and shot her a 4th time in her face. This 4th shot, it was a fatal shot, and Liz passed away there in her very own driveway. So after committing this terrible crime, the perpetrator swiftly made their way back to their vehicle and proceeded to drive around the block. Within minutes, they returned to the house just to kind of drive by and catch a glimpse of Liz. I'm assuming it was to make sure she was actually dead. Is this a mistaken identity situation? Why did they do this? We know the car came back because of the neighbor's security camera footage. It was captured. The neighbors had also heard 4 loud bangs and they saw the vehicle drive away. They also saw the vehicle driving around the block, and they called the police at 6:53 a.m. to report gunshots. So the police, they arrived quite quickly to Liz and Sergio's house, and they found a horrific scene. Poor Liz was laying in her driveway in a pool of her own blood. The paramedics arrived soon after the police and quickly took Liz to the hospital. They wanted to try and save her, but sadly she had already passed away. One really sad aspect of this story is that Liz was taken to the hospital that she used to visit to bring joy to the sick kids, and now this was the place where she lay deceased. The doctors, they did try everything they could to save her life, but it was unfortunately too late. Sergio was contacted, and when he found out about his wife, he hurried back to their house to give the police some more camera footage to help with their investigation. Luckily, the street had quite a bit of security footage, so they caught everything on camera. So Liz and Sergio, they had a Ring camera installed near their front door as well for their own home security. And when the police reviewed the footage, they found that the camera was only able to capture the suspect's long hair and not much else. Then the police showed Sergio the horrific footage of Liz being shot. And what confused these officers was the way Sergio reacted. He didn't seem devastated. Instead, he seemed calm and not really bothered by this footage of his beloved wife being gunned down and killed. The police, they weren't used to this sort of reaction, so immediately they did become suspicious of Sergio. Usually, if someone is shown footage of a loved one being killed, they're likely to show some sort of sign of anguish. But also, everyone grieves in their own way. Some people keep themselves composed so they can help the police in these sorts of situations. Maybe it hadn't really hit yet, what had actually happened. So the police, they took Sergio in for questioning. They were very suspicious of him. And they thought that he may have been involved in his wife's death. They asked him a lot of questions about what he was doing that day. Like, the day hadn't even really begun. This all happened very early in the morning. He didn't seem to be hiding anything, and he was helpful. He showed them the footage from his and Liz's Ring camera and gave them all the information that they asked for. So he was very forthcoming. He was being cooperative. And because he did cooperate with the police, they did let him go. Oddly, Sergio didn't seem to be in a rush to go to the hospital to be with his wife. Instead, he spent some time talking to the neighbours and family at his house before finding the time to visit her. Also, despite the overwhelming tragedy of Liz's passing, her selfless choice to become an organ donor has had a profound impact. Her liver, both her kidneys, her corneas and heart were successfully transplanted into 4 individuals who were suffering from life-threatening conditions, offering them a renewed chance for a healthier and brighter life. She's an angel, honestly. The investigation delved deeper into Liz's death, and investigators concluded that the motive behind the crime wasn't a robbery, because there was quite a significant amount of cash that was discovered inside Liz and Sergio's house, and it was completely untouched. It was still there. Additionally, the surveillance cameras in the vicinity provided crucial evidence, helping to reconstruct a detailed timeline of the shooter's activities leading up to Liz's murder. So early in the morning on the day of the yard sale, a suspicious truck was seen driving past Liz's house and basically scoping out the area. So while Liz was out buying her morning coffee, the truck was spotted on more cameras parking near a neighbour's house in a parking lot. Then, when Sergio left home for work, the truck moved to a different street and kind of just waited until Liz appeared home. Also, it looked like the person who did this horrific crime knew Liz and Sergio, because they were able to find their house and recognize Sergio's car when he left for work. It seems like he knew Liz and he knew when she would be home and when she'd be home alone. These details make it seem like the person knew a lot about Liz, but when Liz greeted this person that was seen on the footage, it seemed like she didn't know him. So what's going on? At this point during my reading, I thought maybe Sergio had hired a hitman and told this person all the information about Liz, when she'd be home, when she'd be alone. That's what it looks like, right? Then in 2020, law enforcement officials made public that they had obtained a search warrant pertaining to Liz's case, although they didn't provide specific details to the media. So a lead investigator said, "I believe that the outcomes of the warrant will play a crucial role in the investigation and are likely to uncover a suspect and determine responsibility for this." Despite this assertion, it was reported that these warrants had not yielded significant developments in this case at that time. Also, in numerous discussions on Reddit, there has been speculation implicating Sergio and his new wife for planning Liz's murder so that they could go off and be together. But it's important to note that both of them underwent lie detector tests, which they both passed. But despite the results of the polygraph tests being part of the documented evidence, the police have publicly stated that they have not ruled out anyone as a potential suspect in this case. So to this day, no one has been charged with Liz Barraza's death. Also, police are offering $50,000 to anyone who has key information that may solve Liz's yard sale murder. So if you have any information on this case, please do call Crime Stoppers at 713-222-TIPS. That's 713-222-8477. I'll pop the number in the comment section. It does look like Sergio may be responsible, but I'd rather not, publicly accuse anyone. I kind of just did, oh dear. The evidence, it does seem to indicate that he may have been involved, but I really hope he wasn't. I sincerely hope that one day Liz's family will find the closure and justice that both them and Liz deserve. It's sad when cases like these go unsolved. It's super frustrating as well because they had surveillance footage. Also, Sergio remarried really fast, so that makes me question things. Anyway, that's the end of the story. If I find out anything new, if anything new comes to light, I will make an updated video. Poor Liz. So what do you guys think about this case? What do you think happened? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section below, and please don't forget to hit the like button, turn on the notifications bell, and subscribe for more of my videos. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here with me today. It means the absolute world. I know I said that, but it does. I can't do this without you guys, so thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, that's me. Have a wonderful day. Bye.